Hi everyone, it's great to be back. This is James with VG Legends. That stands for Video Gamers Legends. And no, I am not a legend at all. Remember, I'm just a regular guy who loves and is very passionate about video games. Now, you saw at the beginning of this video, yes, we are doing a pickups video. We're going to be doing a part 1, though, and a part 2. Part 1 will be more of the modern games I've picked up. Part 2 will be more of the retro games I've picked up, and I've picked up a lot more retro games, but that will be a video forthcoming because the video will just be way too long for me to do it in one stand. So we're going to do the more modern games for this video. Now, I'd like to give a shout out to Cult Classic Cage. She was the winner of my first giveaway. I'm doing giveaways on my channel now. So every video, essentially, I'm giving away games back to the gaming community. They've been nothing but, you guys have been nothing but kind to me. So I have to give back. I care about you guys. I love this community. So anything from my collection, doubles mainly, or anything, doesn't matter the cost, I'll give it out to you. So to do that, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like the video, this video today, to get a chance to win. And also leave a comment below of what games you've picked up lately, or any game you want to talk about. I love talking about video games as well. But Cult Classic Cage, she won Resident Evil 2 on the PS1. She was my first winner, so I DM'd her on Twitter. I sent it out to her. She was very happy. She gave me a shout out on Twitter as well. I will leave a link to her channel in the video description below. She's an awesome person, great part of the retro gaming community. She's definitely family to me. She's awesome. Go ahead and check her out. So let's give her a round of applause for being the first winner. Yay! Cult Classic Cage. Woo! So, drum roll, please. What games am I giving away this time? Games? Did I say games? Plural! 2 games. I haven't made a video in a long time, so there's going to be 2 winners in this video. 1 game to separate people. So here is Daxter. So I'm giving away 2 games on the PSP. Now these games are definitely complete. You see there? And PlayStation 2 Greatest Hits, Gran Turismo 4. Which I think would be a cool game to have if you don't have it in your collection or if you wanted to play. Because, I mean, Gran Turismo 7 just came out recently. Very complete as well. So awesome. Now, my Twitter is at VG_legend. So try to add me on there too. So when you do leave a comment, you subscribe and like, I can actually find you and I'll DM you when I randomize who the winners are. So that's awesome, guys. I'm really excited about that for you, but let's get into it. Let's get into my most recent modern pickups. Let's do it. All right, the first thing I picked up, the big one that I want to talk about, yes, the PS5 Disc version. I finally have it. And I've had it for a few months now. Now, I had trouble getting one of these things online for the longest time, but I have to give a shout out to Joel from Media Glitch because he put his trust in me. I asked him to get one for me. Now, I'll leave a link in the video description below of his channel. He's also a part of the Media Glitch stream team. They stream on Saturday nights on Twitch. Very amazing, selfless people in the gaming community. Now, very good friends of mine. Now, Joel didn't know me that well at this point. Now, he put a video up on YouTube about the easiest way to get a PS5, so go ahead and check that out. But I messaged him on Messenger. I'm like, Joel, I need a PS5. I can't get one in my area. You know, I'm trying, and they're always sold out. I can never get in. If I go to a store, they're sold out. So he's like, I got you. A couple weeks later, he gets one he's like, hey, I got a PS5 from Target. I got you one. So I'm going to go pick it up, and then I'll ship it to you. You just got to pay for normal MSRP and shipping. So I didn't pay 1 cent over $500. So here's a picture of him. He lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I live in Buffalo, New York. So it's all the way across the country. Here's a picture of him eating some food after he went and picked it up. The dude went 40 miles out of his way to go pick this system up to send to me. So how amazing is that, to put his trust in me to be able to pay him? I paid him on Venmo, paid him immediately, paid him, I think it was like 67 something odd dollars in shipping because I had to ship so far. But thank you, Joel. You are amazing. I just wanted to throw that out there, and that's a really good story, and I consider us really good friends now, so go ahead and check out his channel. But I'm not going to talk about the PS5 that much. It's been out for over 2 years, so you've seen tons of reviews on the PS5. Just to let you know, I loved, when I got it for the first time, I loved the user interface, right? So it's very clean, it's very fresh, it's very new, it's easy to navigate. Just love it so much. And then when I first got it, I was playing a lot of Astro's Playroom just to get acclimated to the haptic feedback on the controller. And I gotta tell you, the controller for the PS5 is something else. It's something new, it's fresh, it's awesome. So I just wanted to mention that for my first pickup was the PS5 disc version. Let's get on to the games. The first game I picked up for the PS5 was Spider-Man Miles Morales, per my kids' request. They wanted to watch me play it. I'm glad they did. I got 45 out of 50 trophies. I've already beat the game, almost platinum it. Now, it's a lot smaller than the 2018 Spider-Man PS4 with Peter Parker, that version, but I like it better that way because when side missions open up, it doesn't seem as overwhelming. So it intrigued me to go do those side missions. I also like the suits better in this game. I'll give you some examples. So you have the classic suit for Miles Morales with the classic red and black. You have the animation suit that's from the TV series. I loved rocking that suit, but my favorite suit of all of them was the programmable matter suit. Now the polygons on it are really cool, and that flashy like fluorescent red and black, just really cool. You can see it in this fighting scene here I'm doing. And also I really love to rock the winter suit because this game actually takes place during Christmas time and it's snowing most of the time in New York. So as you can see, I have a picture here of me swinging through Times Square with that. I also love the mechanics better in this game, the skills and the attributes in this game. I just like his mechanic of being able to use electricity. I just thought it was a lot, you know, it's a lot more fun than the 2018 version. There's something about this game. There's more pizzazz. There's more flash. Just love it. Spider-Man Miles Morales, PS5. On to the next game. The next game I wanted to purchase for the PS5 was Evil Dead the game. And the reason why I wanted to purchase this game was because I wanted to play it online with my friends from Media Glitch. Joel, I streamed with him a couple of times, as well as Linda the Gamer Gal. Had a great time playing it. Now this game is based on the Evil Dead franchise in the films. It has all the array of different characters, has all the different weapons. Like for example, Ash has his boomstick, or you can have his chainsaw, and it's really cool. And there's different survival classes. So if you play the online mode with friends, if you're playing as the actual fighters, you're playing as either leaders, you can be leaders, warriors, hunters, or supporters. I always wanted to be supporters, so I was actually Ash from, I don't know what, I think it was from Evil Dead 2, which is that character. But the cool thing about a supporter, like in the game, is if you have like a Coca-Cola gives you your health and you're standing around all your friends, all the other players, and you give yourself health, you give them health as well, or a shield or anything like that. So I always liked being a supporter to help them out. And if you played, one person would play as a demon in that mode as well. You could either be the warlords, the puppeteer, or the necromancer, I believe. But depending on what class of that mode you played as, this is what I don't like about the game, the unbalance of the game. The demons are so hard. I don't think we won one match when I played with Media Glitch and Linda. We always lost when I played online, and it was really unbalanced from the start, and you could tell that the demons were so OP. And I think they've managed ways to fix that a little bit, but that's what I don't like about the game. And also the missions, you can play the mission mode as well, where you play individual missions by yourself. And some of them are timed, and some of them you have to beat a certain amount of enemies, amount of demons or the Deadites. Those are hard as well, and I think I've only beat the first two, and I've done the third one for like a while, and I can't get past it. So it's a fun game to play with friends, but if you like to lose a lot, especially if you don't play as the demons, check out Evil Dead the game. The next game I picked up is Death's Door on the Nintendo Switch. Now this game was developed by Acid Nerve and also produced by Devolver Games. Now, this game is incredible. I do not know why more people do not talk more about this game. I have it sealed here because I got it digitally on the Switch and I loved it so much I had to pick up the physical version. Now, Death's Door is a 3D action game. a top-down game. You play as this character, Crow. Now, basically, this gateway in the afterlife has been shut down, right? So you have to open up this gateway. So the way you do this is you go through the game, you're fighting all these enemies, but you have to defeat these tyrant bosses to collect these souls so you can manage to open this gateway towards the end of the game. Now, there's a lot of puzzles in the game. There's a lot of different mechanics and moves you can use with Crow. You can dodge, you can shoot a bow and arrow, but the gist of the game is, right, you go through and you beat these enemies and you have to upgrade your stats, right? Now, a lot of the enemies can be pretty tough, and when I read the description of this game before I played it, it had like a FromSoft, you know, like vibe to it, like they were going for that, but obviously more forgiving than a Souls game. Now, I have to say this game is very beautiful in style. The graphic art is incredible. For an indie game, it is absolutely gorgeous, and the boss fights are extremely epic. If you have a chance to pick up this game, I highly, highly recommend it. The next game I picked up was Dark Souls Remastered. Yes, a From Software game on the Xbox One. And what inspired me to get this game was, yes, I played Elden Ring. The first From Software game I played ever was Elden Ring on the Xbox Series X, and I loved it. And I did beat it. Don't think I didn't beat it. Here's video footage. Here's a video clip of footage showing you that I am an Elden Lord. And yes, my armor's dirty, I know. I should have used soap on my guy before I cleaned him up before I sat on the throne, but that's neither here or there. But Dark Souls Remastered is a remastered version of the original Dark Souls, and I believe it was the first Dark Souls game to actually come out on Nintendo for the Switch. So if you have a chance and you want to play it on the go, pick it up on the Nintendo Switch as well. I love it in 4K on the Xbox Series X. The only problem with it is the graphics are a little outdated. It does look great, but it is a little outdated, so that was kind of apprehensive for me to want to play it. I've only played a couple hours in. I love the beginning though, when you come in, and now that I've played Elden Ring, when you come in through that castle and you're doing different puzzles to get out of that castle, and they're teaching you how to fight the enemies. And since if you can play Elden Ring, I feel like you can play any From Software game now. So I kind of knew what I needed to do, and it's awesome when you're getting out of that castle and you fight for the first time. The first boss, the Asylum Demon, that part was awesome when you jump down on his head. That part's really fun. And then when I came up to the fire to save it, mainly I just stayed in that area at the beginning and I just started leveling up, because now I know kind of what to do in these Dark Souls games to level up and to grind before I move on to the next areas. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm definitely going to keep playing it, and it's going to encourage me to want to keep playing other Dark Souls games. So definitely like that pickup. Now, the next game I purchased, which I'm really excited about that I picked up, is Quantum Break, made by Remedy Games. Now, it's a science fiction action adventure game, third-person shooter, and it's still sealed. I haven't played it yet, but I've watched some reviews online. Just wanted to get into some games that I missed out in back in the day. So this game came out in 2016. Now, what's cool about this game, I'll give you a little bit of a gist. These two scientists, they go into this lab, right? And they're trying to develop this time machine, and a catastrophe happens, and they get kind of mixed in it all. But it makes it so both these characters are able to kind of manipulate time and space. Now, during the fighting sequences, and I've heard that the reviews that I've seen, the shooting part of this game, the mechanics is very, very smooth, so I'm very excited about that. But you're able to use these manipulations of time and space to dodge and do different things to be able to have an advantage over your enemies, which I think is really cool. There's also puzzles involved in the game. It's got an epic story, but what's really cool about it is the lineup of characters and famous characters they have in the story, famous actors. So they have Aidan Gillen, they have Lance Reddick, Shawn Ashmore. So I think that's a pretty cool lineup, and we've seen these actors in other different things as well. And also, what's really cool about it and different and unique is you play a chapter in this game. When you get done with that chapter, playing through the third-person view and play during the video game portion of this game, they actually created a show. So you play half the chapter as in the game, in terms of a game, and then they actually have a cinematic video show, high quality show clip of that chapter before the end. It is really, really, really cool. So I'm really excited to play this game, Quantum Break. Now, the last game that I picked up, and I played it once solo, hated it, but decided to get it again so I could play it co-op with my friend Bloomer, Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil is my second favorite video game franchise of all time. I always hated Resident Evil 6, but I thought I'd try it again on co-op. Now, what's great about Resident Evil 6 is, okay, let me explain it. Obviously, it's a third-person shooter game. I don't even know if you could consider it horror. It was more on the action front with Resident Evil 4, 5 coming through, getting more into the action. So it was high action. 6 is the most action-revolved Resident Evil game out there. Now, it's got all the different array of characters. You can play different storylines of these characters. You got Claire Redfield, you got Leon Kennedy, Chris Redfield, all of them. My friend Bloomer and I played with Sherry and a new character, Jake Mueller's story. Now, it was actually a lot of fun. Now, there was this main enemy that we had to fight, and he was almost like Nemesis, right? It was this big monster, and he had this big claw for an arm. And I don't know how many times we ran into him. Obviously, cinematic came into play before we would meet him every time, so they were timed, managed appearances when we would meet him and have to fight him. But there was like 4 or 5 times we had to fight him. It just got so crazy. The action is crazy. There's one scene, if you can see in the video footage here, where I'm actually on a motorcycle, and I'm driving as Jake, and he's playing as Sherry Bloomer, and he's shooting on the back. He's holding onto the back of me on a motorcycle, and I had to dodge other bikes, and he's shooting other people behind us. So the action is actually crazy, and it's actually a really fun game when you play co-op. The main things I don't like about it is your ammo's always low. Always low. You always, for the amount of shooting you do in this game, it seems like you never have enough ammo. So we played on the second to hardest mode. We didn't play on normal. We played like the next highest up, and it was pretty intense, some of the scenes that we had to play. And the other thing I don't like about it is the story is kind of generic, and it's so out there. It's so out there. The best way I can actually describe this game from Capcom would be Resident Evil 6 is the best action co-op game you will ever play with a friend, but is the worst Resident Evil game out of all the Resident Evil games, if that makes any sense. But go ahead and give it a try if you've never tried it, but definitely try it if you're going to play it co-op with a friend. All right, everyone, that's all the modern games that I've picked up. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video that will come at a later date. That will be all my retro gaming pickups. If you want a chance to win those games, remember Gran Turismo PlayStation hits on the PlayStation 2, and also Daxter, the PSP version. Make sure you like this video. Comment down below of what games you've picked up, or talk about any game you want to, and feel compelled to subscribe as well. That would be a great help. Now listen, I stream on Sunday nights now at 8 p.m. on YouTube as well, so go ahead and watch me stream if you like this content as well. I've been streaming Detroit Become Human, and we're leaving off where we left off last Sunday night. Now guys, remember, whatever it is that you do that is involved with gaming, always keep it legendary. We'll see you for next one, guys. Peace out.